Good evening, everybody. Time to get some streaming. A new update to look through. Just doing the stream announcements everywhere. Hello Dovahkiin. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I am just doing the announcements of stream going live in everywhere and anywhere. So, managed to get the new DLC running with the beta version. Paste these all over the place, and then we can get down to business of seeing exactly what the heck they've done with this DLC. I mean, I'm pretty sure we've picked the highlights out of the Keen stream that's just been going on, but I happen to know that Dovahkiin, you've been watching, so if I miss anything, you can very quickly let me know. I'm sure that I've got more places that I end up posting this stream announcement now than I actually have streams. Right. Okay, there we go. Oh no. Karassa found me. Welcome, Karassa. You did warn me earlier that you were going to be paying me a visit, so welcome, welcome, welcome. Oh hey, they were nice enough to give you power kits and stuff on this one. Let's put a few of these bits away. Let's just grab one of those there power kits. Oh no! You did promise a raid, didn't you? Welcome, Karassa and Raiders. What I am up to is they have literally about half an hour ago just dropped a brand new DLC for Space Engineers, and as part of it we got a new map to explore. So this is within Space Engineers they have a couple of default starting worlds. So if you don't want to start on a completely empty world, they give you a whole bunch of practice worlds, demo worlds, whatever you want to call them. They used to be called the Easy Start worlds, but I think they stopped calling them that when they realised they weren't really that much easier. So yeah, these we're going to explore what's in the new DLC. I'm going to make sure that I can actually access everything. And yeah, we're just going to go and see what's in this new world. See what fun new toys they've given us. Have a play with some of it. They have actually given us a jukebox with some new music, so I will actually let's play with that now. It's here. Let's see what we've got. I have had to switch to the beta version of Space Engineers though, purely because Microsoft haven't published the update that lets you use the DLC on the main game yet, or they hadn't when I was trying to get this set up. So yeah, we're on beta temporarily, so things may get a little bit interesting. Though it does mean I've been able to remove block limits, so I can go truly mad this time. Now there's one I'm looking for here. Is that the one I want it? Oh wow, they've put all of them on here. Okay. Okay, Space Engineers, I see what you did. Whee! What we got? So, that's what I was after. So for the benefit of those that aren't following Space Engineers news steadily, about 3 or 4 months ago they did a Sounds of Space Engineers competition where you could submit music tracks to add to the jukebox in-game, and someone actually did us a favour and submitted elevator music, and I am entirely on board for this. Right, so that's where we spawned. So that's obviously an airlock to somewhere. Hey, that's where we get a fancy drill from. I'm just going to go around nicking all the good equipment. This is rec quarters, I'm guessing. That helmet is shut. Ah, so that's a new block. That's set up to shut that, depressurise that, and open that. Very nicely done, Keen. Ooh, new toys. I'm concerned they're giving us a pistol. I'm not entirely sure why we need a pistol in this scenario. I will grab those even though I'm in creative mode, just out of habit. Oh, and they've even made it so we can shut the airlock, very nice. Right, I'm going to go and turn off that absolutely annoying jukebox music. There we go. I think we got the point. They've added a jukebox. Oh, that's the new assembler. So that is a single block, and what it normally looks like is one of those. So that's what it normally looks like, and it now has this funky walkthrough thing that you can do. Don't think we need symmetry mode, thank you, Space Engineers. Yeah, so that's the new shiny version. That's the old blocky version. I think we can safely call that an upgrade. And yep, and it got excellent. They left the upgrade ports on it. So that's what I was a little bit worried about, and they hadn't shown on stream. Is these things you can plug 4 upgrade modules into to make them faster or more power efficient, and they hadn't shown us those ports on stream. I was hoping they'd left them, guessing that the last one's on top. Yep, last one's on top. There's a thing flying around. Okay. So what we got through here? Oh, random building materials, some shelves we can grind down for parts, some more drills, a new refinery. Yeah, so that's another new block. That one normally looks like that. Big, square and blocky. And it's now got a staircase built into it, which actually matches up with the in-game gantries. I am quite happy. I'm not happy that you can't lay it down anymore, but I am happy that we've got a really cool fancy refinery for when we're doing some big builds. You know, if you're building a factory, that's the block you want in it. Got conveyor access on the bottom where it normally is. You can't interact with any of the that's where the panel is. Okay, so that's where your control panel is. Does it still have... Hey, it does still have upgrade slots. Woohoo! Yeah, they've really gone to town with this one, Karasa. They have really done a good job with these decorative blocks this time round. What I'll do is let's get outside. And let's just slap a platform down out here. Hi, little security drone. So just so that those that aren't familiar with Space Engineers can just appreciate the level of work they've gone into here. That and that are the old refinery and assembler. Spin it every way except the way I need to. That is the new assembler. And that is the new refinery assembler. I'm a little sad this one's a block bigger, but I don't think they could have given it that much detail without making it a block bigger. It's interesting that they've got the upgrades top and bottom as well as one side instead of all four sides. Yeah. Possibilities, 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 possibilities. Ooh, that's something I need to check. Is the refinery still asymmetrical? It is. So this has been bugging me for a while about the refinery. And that is... Oh, no, they just got rid of the bottom port completely. Ooh, that's going to upset people. Right, so... let's block those two together. So, first off, that refinery's got a port on the bottom, that one doesn't. Yeah, definitely agreed, Doverkin, a much needed visual upgrade. But yeah, so that's going to bother some people. You've lost a cargo port, and you've lost a cargo port in the most sensible place for it to have a cargo port, which is on the bottom. You've kept the two side ports, and you've kept the top port. Now what used to wind me up is that that port is offset, and yeah, it doesn't mirror nicely. It gets really annoying mirroring that one. It's going to get even more annoying mirroring this one when you don't have a port on the bottom of it. But we'll get there. We will get there. So... Oh, something I will mention now, we've got a few more people in chat. I have now got Nightbot running on the stream. So if that causes any weirdness for you guys in chat, let me know, because I'm still tweaking the settings. Karasa, that was the message I tried to send you during your stream earlier, when Streamlabs decided to delete my message. You mentioned that you'd been setting up your chatbot, and I had been spending all afternoon, whilst I was between meetings at work, tweaking my chatbot settings. It was just a really strange coincidence. Anyway. Right, enough of me yabbering on about assemblers and stuff. Let's see what else they've got in this little scenario here. Oh, so that's one of the old mining ships that was in the game anyway, with the new thrusters on it. 'cause that's a new hydrogen thruster. That's kind of cool. And they've used the new landing gear. I appreciate that. That's how they're doing the new power. So... yeah, we probably do need to have a chat, Grassa. See if we can't figure it out. I'm using Nightbot. I don't know which one you're using. I know you've got Streamlabs going, but I'm on Xbox, so Streamlabs is a bit of a weird one to use on Xbox. So, yeah, we may have to have a chat at some point. I also may have to introduce you to a friend of mine, Lady Artemis, who has been streaming for a little bit longer than us and has figured some of this stuff out. Right. Okay, so... yeah, so for the benefit of those that don't play ESE, normally on this radial menu, if you look at the bottom middle of my screen, I've got a little D-pad menu here, and the control to the left is a new one. That is a new power control that we didn't have, because there were some issues, shall we say, using power controls, because normally when you hit the big power button at the bottom... oh! Speak of the devil, and an Artemis appears. Hi Artemis, I was just saying that you seem to know what you're doing with chatbots. I've got Nightbot running here, so if anything weird happens, let me know. And congratulate Xavier on his first proper stream. Nothing like starting them young. For those who are wondering what the heck I'm talking about, Artemis's little boy is on school holidays at the moment, and had a go at streaming. That's alright, Doverkin, I have got a mod in the chat as well as Artemis. It's all good. It's all good. But yeah, right. Let's go and have a look at what they've done over here. So a couple of the other things they've added are these new girder blocks, which I am looking forward to seeing how they've implemented that in a second. And right, landing gear. Landing gear needs to go back to the demo pad. So... make it bigger. So, what we used to have to put up with for landing gear was something that looked like that. Which is all well and good and does the job, but it's a little bit chunky. I really need to go and nick that drone in a second. It seems to not actually crash, which is a rarity for Space Engineers drones. What they've also given us now are gigantic magnetic plates, which that's just a recipe for problems for someone, because I'm sticking that to the bottom of a ship and stealing someone else's, which will also magnet down on that side. So that's the side you attach your blocks to, that's the side you stick to people. And going to the other extreme, they're giving us these itty bitty little magnetic plates. Sure, that's stuck down. Well, still didn't stick down. But yeah, they're giving us these little magnetic plates as well. So we've now got a lot of options, which is nice. Yeah. I have a feeling that one in particular is going to make a lot of ships a lot more streamlined. So, yeah, that will help. So, what else? Armour panels. That's the next one to look at. Armour panels and girders. Yes, I think that's or beams or whatever they called them. Yeah, that's what we'll do next. It's alright. Just reminding someone that I'm very well, thank you, Lady Artemis. Yeah, just reminding someone that when I say I'm busy, I can't actually answer the phone. That's someone being work, by the way. Otherwise I'd have just left them to it. Right, where did that drone go? We've got a beacon over there we're going to visit. Did anybody catch the number on that little drone spaceship? Ah, there he is. And... right. Let's grab a copy of this thing. Oh, hello, drone. Thank you very much for stopping. If I just paste you... yeah, you are just going to keep flying off. Interesting. What did Keen do to your AI? Because they didn't make it very smart. They did not make it very smart at all. And I know I shouldn't pick on the little drone. Stick a chair on him. Let's see if we can drive him. What are you running on, Mr. Drone? I merely said, Artemis, that you are a useful person to talk to. That is all. Yeah, it's running on a remote control. Ah, so right, all they've done here is they've set up a whole bunch of waypoints for the patrol drone to fly around. That's what they've done. Oh, don't be suspicious. Right, Artemis, me and Carassa are basically both new to this and you're not. That's all that's happened here. We were having a bit of a joke that both me and Carassa decided to pick today to both add bots to our channel without realising the other one had. That's all that's going on. Nothing for you to be concerned about. Ah, there's never any pressure, Artemis, you know me. Right, I think I have successfully stolen this drone now. Just because. It's going to be... ooh, they've added a bunch of new factions as well. That's interesting. And thrusters. Are all your thrusters on override? No, they're not. Interesting that they've decided to do it that way. Cool, right. Distracted target once again. Oh, so this is just a little mine. What are we mining in here then? Silver, iron and nickel. Not bad. Oh, and I believe we may have just found some gold as well. Look, Artemis, you and I both know that I have always had a soft spot for the Necrons. What I have an issue with is Cylons. Evil bots, not so good. Necrons, just misunderstood. Hey look, health and safety. Right. Let's go and have a look around here. What have they left in the lockers? Ah, more oxygen. It's almost like they expected this to be a survival world rather than a normal world. What's that? Toggle block on off. Oh, the ore detector. Cool. That's kind of useful. Well, at some point, I mean, Artemis, you do happen to have a husband in the house. Surely he should be helping you with that. Ooh, laser antenna. Interesting. I wonder what that's for controlling. Let's see what we've got in here. So, a little control-y, sciencey lab thing in here. Ooh. Some med kits, that's reassuring. Yeah, okay, Artemis, I completely understand. Ooh. Connect to coordinates. What have I just connected the laser antenna to? Exploration drone available. Okay. I believe we're about to play with an exploration drone, people. Do we have a camera? We do have a camera. Oh, that's bright. Wow. See you, Artemis. Oh, it's a little. It's a wheelie drone. What does our wheelie drone have on it? Some camera. Yeah, nothing hidden. So we've got some wheels, an ore detector, a little bit of cargo. For some reason, a weapon rack. Does our weapon rack have anything in it? Oh, it does. It's got a light machine gun. Oh no, just an assault rifle. Just an assault rifle. That's kind of a cool thing to add. We could do with going a bit faster. Have a look at our abandoned outpost we've got up here. I think we might be coming down and paying this a visit later. I'm going to crash this little remote control buggy in a second. Right, let's put the parking on and leave that alone before I break it. Oh, it's down there. Right, we'll go rescue that in a minute. Go and explore that properly. So that's our gravity generator. Now I happen to know from the developer stream that this thing launches an escape pod, and it didn't end well on stream because the door down the bottom didn't open properly. So I'll save the explodification for later. What have we got up top? Why use a ladder when you have a jetpack? Some of the new tubes, I kind of like those. I kind of like most of this DLC, I'm going to be honest. This is, oh, and we're back up onto the landing pad. What else we've got around here? Ah, so this is some of the new armour panels that they've got. Right, back to the Horde drone. I'm going to have to rescue that eventually. Where did the armour... Okay, there's a random landing gear floating around in the world now. Okay, so we have light armour panels and we have heavy armour panels. This is going to require some sciencing. How are we all feeling about science today? Because we're getting some science. Spawn menu. Let us grab... Not quite that many. Grab some rifle ammo. And let's grab some rifles. And let's see how many... Go. High power rifle shots it takes. There we go. So, this is the light one, this is the heavy one. How many high power rifle shots do I need? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 to break that one. Did that damage that? It didn't. 7, 8, no. Ooh. 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. 23 shots versus 7. Oh, and a pirate ship coming. That's a significant difference in resistance between the light and the heavy armour. Ah, good luck with the space station design, Dovahkiin. I will be picking mine back up next week. I haven't forgotten that I started a space station. Just, you know, Keen dropped a DLC, so new toys. I got distracted by the shiny. Right, so heavy armour, good. Light armour, basically made out of tinfoil. As it should be, I suppose. So we've got that shape, that shape, that shape. Oh, that's a different angle shape. Oh, different angle on the other side. Interesting. That's a bit more thought out than they usually manage. Even got the half rampy type stuff as well. Okay. That's a little bit better than I was expecting. Considering all the faffing I've been having with sorting out their window panels on my other build, more shapes like this, please. More variety o' block. Sorry, little private sale, but you need to go. There we are. Yeah, I am pleasantly surprised by that variety of blocks. Oh, and there's a new skin. Has it actually loaded? It has loaded. We've got hazard armor. Is it going to update? Yep, there it is. Ah, and it changes the background colour on black stripes. That's useful. Hey look, it's licorice all sorts. Right. Okay. Right, now where are they hiding the other? So we've got all of those, we've got all of those. Where are they hiding the other new blocks? Oh yeah, hydrogen thrusters. Okay, so the hydrogen thrusters are in their own menu. Cool. Where do we think they've hidden the new pillars and stuff? They've got to be in their own block as well, haven't they? They've got to be. Yeah, there they are. There's the beams. There's our large hydrogen thrusters. Right, let's have a look at these beams. So what have we got? We've got beam, beam slope, ooh, a rounded beam. I don't know why, but I wasn't expecting them to bother with that. 2x1. Oh, base ones. That's useful. That's very useful. Oh, and they have the tip as well. That you can make nice sharp angles with your beams. That's a little bit cool. I can see me using these on a lot of builds. Half beam. So what's the difference between a half beam and oh, that's the difference between a half beam and a full beam. So that's more outside decoration than structural. Okay. Oh, and we've got half beam slopes. Which can connect in some interesting ways. I mean, I think it's stuck to the beam next to it, but it'll do. Beam end. A beam junction. T-junctions. Oh, I need to check if they've given us the what conveyors they've given us, because I'm sure, and that's the end of it. Cool. That's some nice decorative stuff. Wow, are we just gaining beacons at this point? Okay, so that's some nice cool new decorative blocks. There we are, that's what I was looking for, the conveyor pipes. So now we don't just have square conveyors, we have squiggly conveyors. They did give us the cross. What else have they given us? Pipe. Oh, pipe with a flange. The engineering me approves. Flanges are kind of important. Pipe end? Oh, they actually thought about having a transition. Very nice. Pipe curve. A sorter that's going to be even more easy to put the wrong way round. And back to the junction again. Huh. Oh yeah, hydrogen. I haven't seen the hydrogen tanks yet. Where have they put those? There they are. So, that's what we normally get for hydrogen tanks. That and that. We now also have these. Which I love the look of and hate the practicality of. If I go back to our other big hydrogen tank, it doesn't look as good, but it does have 8 connectors on it. 6 connectors on it. This one just has the 2. See that being a problem in some builds. God, I've made a mess of this map. Right. Just having a quick look down my list, and I think that's most of the fun stuff. Well, most of the new stuff, I should say. I suppose we could have a look at the new hydrogen engines. Yeah, they look a lot cooler. Where's the old one gone? The old one that will never be seeing the light of day now. I don't know, it might still see the light of day. It is a little bit smaller. It's a little bit smaller. But it looks a lot better. So, yeah. The old hydrogen thruster may just survive. I say this because I'm gonna be honest, since I got my hands on the upgraded ion thruster and atmospheric thruster, I haven't used the old ones since. Did we have a look at here? Yeah, that was the mine. That was the mine I crashed the little drone into. Let's have a look at their big box of a spaceship. Oh, they have given us a way of opening the door. Oh, they even gave us a little rover. Oh, it's one of those. Ugh. Yeah, I break these quite regularly. You can buy those in the standard game, in the economy store, and yeah. They put anything on here? Switch lock and depressurize. And switch lock is to hold the. Oh, interesting. That landing gear's on the floor, not on the buggy. I hadn't considered that. Anything fun? More guns. More guns. Some more spare parts. This is quite a nice little compact ship. Little crew bay up here. Ah, all important shower and bathroom. Very necessary on a long space journey. Have they put anything in the bed? They haven't. Opportunity missed for Easter eggs, Keen. Opportunity missed. Right. Wow, that shows how much survival I've been playing. Walk past it. When walking past survival kit, always recharge. Always. Oh, we went down to the cockpit. They literally just given us the parachute. Wow. I feel like other controls may have been helpful at this point. Let's have a look at these new magnetic plates. Yeah, there we go. So these should have... yeah, so used for parking. I bet that one... yeah, that doesn't have used for parking. That's good. Yeah, I agree. More furniture would be great for interiors, and they're always going to need more armour shapes. They always are going to need more armour shapes. But yeah, I like how they've changed these landing gears so you can make them ignore the single button undock your ship button. That's got some go to it. Okay, right. Place your bets now, stream. If I go down to have a look at that weird little base that we were at with the remote drone earlier, do you think I'm going to crash it or land it? Oh, this is going to be fun. Brakes on and let's paste an antenna onto this thing. Who doesn't put an antenna on their spaceship? Really? How are you ever going to find anything? Can I hide one in here, or have they used all of the blocks up? They've used all the blocks up. Okay. Looks like we're going for a spacewalk. Ooh, hey, yeah, that'll do. Right, you get an antenna. Come on. On that block there, please. Oh, you're half blocking it, aren't you? Grr. Okay, on the back of the hydrogen tank it is then. You can fit through there. That's cool. Yeah, as you may have noticed, Karasa, this is not going to be the most coordinated, coherent, either of those, stream ever going. Right, what's our antenna range? Why can we not see the stuff on the planet's surface? Because we're only at 5,000 metres. Let's crank that right up. Oh, and apparently we just can't see it anyway. Lovely. Oh, we're doing it blind then, chat. We are doing it blind. Let's hope we get to see our landing site before we go splat into the floor. Oh, hey, look, work trying to phone me again. No, I'm off the clock. No way. I can get away with that now. Incidentally, don't ever work somewhere where they can call you at any time of night. It's really annoying. Still, I can't actually call you because we just finished the meeting. Is there a red black spot on the planet? Should I be concerned that there is a brand new black spot on the planet? That ain't nobody there. Wait, we can slow down for some reason. We are apparently the industrial opportunists in this scenario. We're close enough. Let's go and see if they've done it to the train station. Just a sudden thought that as it's in a scenario, they may have made the train station for this. And yes, there will be quite a lot of... Oh, look at the shining on this. Right, I am holding this perfectly straight and level. Look at that for a little bit of clang of multiple grids. Just ever so slightly got a drift on. Well, I don't need to feel so bad now when my grids start clanging around if the company that makes the game can't make a shift that doesn't clang. Good range. There it is. We get to find out who Idwi is. What do you sell, Idwi? Is it something fun? Time to use the standard safe zone deceleration maneuver. For those that aren't aware, safe zones prevent all damage. So burning in at 100 meters a second does not destroy your spaceship. That is a new space station. That is very much new space station design. No, let's not bend the entire spaceship. Be a responsible pilot. Yeah, I think that's a completely new design. doesn't seem to use the new blocks, which is interesting. Why would you design a relatively new space station but not use your new fancy shiny blocks? More in there? No? Where... Ah, here we go. There's your shop. What flavour of shop are you... Ooh, you're a spaceship shop. That's always fun. Nothing new in there, though. Any new... Do you not have a contract station, or am I just being blind? I'm being blind. Any new contract types? No, they all look pretty standard. Okay, so nothing... They haven't messed about with economy very much. Other than... apparently a new space station design. Either that or it's just a super rare one I've never seen. I'm sure I can work out a simple space station somehow, Dovahkiin. I'm assuming by a simple space station you mean something relatively small and compact. I mean, if you want a blueprint, just look at the economy stations. They are quite a nice little design. Right, in other news, I'm feeling lazy. So, that's where our exploration drone is. Hey look, we're down here now as well. The advantage of admin. So, silicon and iron. I like these busted open cargo containers you can now build with the armour plates. And that is a very cute little drone. What's he got in his cargo for us? Just a welder. But yeah, that is quite a cute little drone. I'll give him that. Does the job very nicely. I'm a little bit confused though why we had to link the laser antenna to something. Ah, we linked it to there and then it broadcast out. I see. I was expecting this to have a laser on it. They're using this station as a relay. That's a smart way of doing it. So what's in our station? We have a survival kit that isn't on. Is now. Bit of component storage. Kitchen, very important. Ah, your all-important Clang Cola dispenser. Little office, little terminals on the wall. Oh, that's one of the new half windows. That's a cool use for it. Let's have a look at what that outside area looks like. This is just a super compact little outpost. Your new girders wrapping round, bit of solar. Oh, it's got the new assembler hidden in the top decoratively. That's useful. Okay. Props to the map designer. That's a clever use of a new block. Oh, third time gravity. Can't jump up a block. Hip. Well, I am pleasantly surprised. Oh, I wondered where they were going to use the hydrogen tank down here. It's on their little vehicle refueling station they've got over here. Anything in there, or is that no, that's a cargo container. Is that actually connected to the main grid? No, definitely not connected to the main grid. It's interesting. Thought they'd have joined those together just to make their life easier. That way you could have just pasted it in as a single grid. Okay. Now, I'm going to do a little bit of exploring here, because just coming down through all of these. One of the developers on their launch live stream for this hinted that there was some sort of Easter egg for their next DLC kicking around somewhere. So I'm just seeing if there's anything. Okay, so that's my mess that I created. That's the mining platform. That's our 2 patrol drones. That's all of our outposts. Oh god, all those little detail bits are going to be their own grid as well. Again, the stream's only going to go on for about another hour. I don't think I've got enough time to design out a space station. Not tonight. I have got it on my to-do list. I do literally have a list of stuff that needs to be built for space engineers. It's on there. Yeah, that is the HO1. There's the escape pod booster. A couple of containers and the abandoned outpost. I'm not sure where this hint that they were suggesting is in this map is. Ah, yeah, no, I will definitely do it. Don't worry, because in the next probably month or so, the server that I admin on has got a scheduled restart. So I'm going to need a very basic starting station for myself at some point soon. And these new shiny assemblers and refineries are going to give me a good excuse to have a go at designing one. Right, so now we've got all these shiny blocks. Let's see if we can't update some designs with them. Where's... Right, let's get back into space. Done what I needed to down here, I just wanted to have a look around. So, let's go back to our industrial station. There we go. And let's get one of my my old favourite designs in. And let's see if we can't give it a bit of a refurbishment. Right. Ooh, actually what I need to give an overhaul to... I've got some freighters that need a little bit of TLC at some point. I've got to remember this isn't a modded world, so I can't go too over the top. Right. That's what I want to have a play with. Oh, that's the Mark IIM. That's modded. Where's the Drake? So... there's the Mark 1. Right, so the Drake is one of my torpedo destroyers. So, this thing fires a completely unguided player-made torpedo. But it has also got no armour whatsoever. And as we have just seen, the the new heavy armour plates are fairly resilient, at least to rifle fire. I mean, how do they compare to a light armour block? That's a worthy test. Are you going to paste in block? Have we already done it? Have we already broken the scenario? Excellent. There it is. Right. So, how many shots does it take to break one of these? That's 8. 15. 16. 24. Okay, light armour is considerably tougher. There it goes. So that light armour is a lot tougher than the heavy armour plate. So the question is it worth stacking heavy armour plate on the outside of light armour? Said that, we can't match these curves and shapes. There's no snap point. So I think the idea of cladding this is going to be a no-go. Yeah, I don't think the Drake is going to get much benefit from this update. Ooh, actually there is one thing it might benefit from. And that is a better way of doing these joints finally. The problem that I have had since they brought in the new passageway sides is there isn't a convenient solid block for this bit in the middle. So let's see, where's the flat one? It's going to look weird because we're still in hazard print. So, doesn't line up particularly well with that side, but will line up amazingly well down that side instead of these plates that we've been using previously. Hey Keen, I think you may want to have a look at your texture mapping. There's a slight oopsie on your textures there. Because I think those stripes are meant to continue. I mean, look, they almost got it. Bless them. They almost got it. Oh dear. Right, okay, let's put the Drake away. Let's put the Drake away. Oh dear, right, and let's get rid of that abomination. Oh hey, the little panel's still missing completely. That's helpful. Right then. Okay, let's have a play with these new hydrogen tanks. So, I know what they're intending us to do. Oh, that's the old hydro thrusters. From watching the devs playing the stream, that's how they want these blocks to line up. Either like that, or like that, or like that. Which has that has some potential. No, that's got some. Ooh, that's a point. Are these on small grid as well? No, they're not. They are not available on small ship. Come on, Keen. You give us a small grid merge block, but you don't give us a small grid shiny hydrogen tank. I mean, I know one of them is imminently more useful than the other. Don't get me wrong. You can't line the ladders up. Whoops. You'd have thought they'd have put that on a line of rotation so that you could line the ladders up across them. Oh well, never mind. Because that's just going to look weird. But anyway, what I'm thinking is... Where's our snap? We do have snap points there. You can easily use these to make hydrogen containers. Oh, I haven't looked at... Dovahkiin, we missed a block. We both missed a block. Old large cargo container. New large cargo container. That is a very, very fancy cargo container. Again though, loss of function. Only 4 connection points instead of 6. However, in this case, I'm actually calling that an advantage. Because conveyor networks are an absolute nightmare in this game. How badly does this look? Oh wow, that's doing interesting things to my eyesight. Zip. How bad is it across the corners? Okay, so they managed to get it to match almost going round a corner. But not on a flat panel, and I don't know about anyone else, but is that making anyone else's eyes go funny? Zipping past those? If it does, well, I'm going to just not do it very often because my eyes aren't enjoying that. Apologies for anyone that has issues with. Yeah, so that makes quite a pretty hydrogen tank. And if we just fit that in. And like that. Nice and simple. And to be honest, I'm going to change this skin. This is getting silly. Where's Old Faithful? There it is. Thank you. Right. Much better. Yeah. I don't know either. I don't know either, but I do like these new panels they've come up with. You can make, you know, this would have been impossible to build without these panels. You would have had to have gone to mods or the significantly less useful catwalk blocks. Would have been your only other option here. So if we can build one for hydrogen, can we build one? Let's have it that way. Yeah, close enough. Can we build one for cargo? I'm not sure you'd want to put that in a box, if I'm being honest. Yeah, that was making my eyes go funny as well. So yes, I completely agree that that texture needs something doing to it. And I know someone is going to just paint an entire spaceship that texture and make someone stare at it. That's gonna be something someone does. Yeah, I don't actually know that I would put that. Ooh, you can't. They've got rid of the snap points on the top. So they've kept the one there. Interesting. That's actually going to make that a lot more difficult to place. Because normally, on the standard one, if I get an old one back out, because you've got ports on all 6 sides, you've always got a centre snap point that you can use. Because yeah, you see, these don't have the 4 corners. They just have a centre snap point. These have a centre, but they also have the 4 corners on these faces. And on this face, I bet... yeah, this face has got everything except those 2 points as snap points. But this side, the side you're most likely to point at the floor, only has... yeah, it's psychological. Oh! Karasa, you should not have said psychological warfare. You have just given me a very, very horrible idea. I'm blaming you, even though it's my horrible idea. Right. Hydrogen thruster. Check. Hydrogen tank, because we'll need one. Also check. Battery. Gonna need a battery. Going to need lights. 2, 3, 4, 5. I just realised to do this properly, we also need... now where's the piston gone? There it is. Also need a merge block so we can attach it to something. And... there we go. Right. So, Chris, when you were saying psychological warfare... well, that's interesting. Those blocks don't do stripy armour. Haha! You're saved! Either that, or even the game has decided that that armoured skin is just too terrifying. Yeah, those blocks do not take that armour skin. But yeah, if you wanted to really upset someone, just have one of those flying around. Anyway, back to ranting about cargo containers. Yeah, so... that is actually going to be more of a pain in the neck. Oh, right, okay, hold on. Hold on a second. Before we make a terrible mistake, back to battered armour. Back to a slightly less eye-bleeding colour. There we go. Yeah, yeah, those are actually going to be a pain in the neck to place. That may actually significantly affect the builds they're used in. Because a lot of people I know will end up placing them that way round because you've got your conveyor systems running under your floor. And as you can see from the orientation of that keypad, I can stop moving around like a lunatic, they actually want you to have them that way up. No, I am not drunk, I'm afraid, Dovahkiin. It takes significantly more than a single beer to get me drunk these days. I have spent too many years as a medieval reenactor drinking bottles of mead every weekend for a single beer to have much effect. This is more the effect of nearly 2 weeks of basically no sleep. This is the effect you're getting right now. As a side note, don't fall down the stairs and break your ankle. It really sucks healing that. Okay. What can we do with the beams? Wow, so it's not even like you can cheat with those either. That's a significant bit of scaffolding. That's what I want. Oh, of course. Snap points. My nemesis. Where are we going? That one. It's gonna take me a little while before I've got the hang of where all these new blocks are, I feel. I suppose it sort of works. I think that makes a better container though. Now that one you could quite easily, I mean, if we call this the top, you could quite easily, instead of having that, put a couple of those on each corner. You would need to hide a battery on it somewhere. That could be a problem. Oh no, you wouldn't. It's landing gear, isn't it? They just lock. But yeah, you know, a couple of low-profile landing gear on it. That's a perfectly serviceable container. That is. Bye drone ship. Bye drone ship. I mean, I suppose what you could do. There, that's where we're going. Oh, I knew what I was looking for. Actually, why don't we use the new round ones? I'm forcing myself to use them purely because I will eventually forget these things exist. So, if we go pipe end that way round, and connector, then what you can do is hide a battery under there. What else do you need on something like this? You will need a beacon, because as someone who has a fleet of cargo pods, there is nothing more annoying than losing your cargo pod somewhere. No, I wanted the battery. Just symmetry up that battery. Ooh, I know what would be more sensible. This is a hydrogen carrier, so it would be a really sensible idea to have a hydrogen generator on it. Then yes, that is going to work. Then you can just lock it all in. Go, a fully self-contained cargo container. I suppose if you're putting that on that end, you just block that end off. Okay, I have just thought of one of my designs that definitely is going to benefit from this. Where's the North Wind? I want the North Wind and I want the Prospector. Go. Now, the reason I want this is one, those landing gear are a pain in the neck on this design. Two, it's covered in horribly laggy catwalk blocks. And three, it's something I need on the server soon because again, low-tech starting ship. So, the internals of this are an absolute mess because I've had to cut these sections out here for these landing gear. So because of that, you've got these horrible cuts in the ship's hull. But now, we don't have to worry about that. We don't have to worry about that at all. We've got new landing gear to play with. So, let's have... Okay, so we definitely need that armour block back. Right, let's grab my colour picker. And let's grab... don't need that one. There we go, got the colour picker sorted. Right, pushing all the wrong buttons in exactly the wrong order. Right, need that to keep it airtight. Oh, we can even mess about with the insides now as well. Don't need that. We can do a better job with that passageway. And that passageway. That light. Yep. This was a design that needed these blocks, I think. Actually, that's a good point. How much PCU? 1. Ooh. Okay, that's even more significant. So they are half the PCU load of a standard armoured block. That's useful for making big ships. Right. Let's get the corridors out. Because we now have passageway corner. Passageway T-junction. We'll make that work. And if we go with passageway light there and there, that'll work quite nicely. because we could put a cross there, but that's not going to seal up very nicely. Ah, no. T-junction. T-junction will fit there. And then T-junction that way. That's looking better already. Well, they usually do an update once a quarter, so on that basis we should be getting 2 more before Christmas. They usually do one... Actually, no, we've probably only got 1 more this year because the first one was late. So yeah, I reckon we'll probably get Warfare 2 late October, early November. Roughly when we got Wasteland last year. I think that's when we'll get that one. Right, now the other problem that this design had, and this is what made me think of this design when I was playing with the panels, is there wasn't a way of sealing in this cargo bay. Just because of the blocks that were available when I made it. Now I'm not convinced it's still possible to seal it in properly. But it's got to be easier than it was. Because the problem is those corners up there. And I don't think they've given us... No, they haven't given us a block to seal that corner in. But this is a good example of where those new cargo containers just won't work. Because in here, you could get away with it on the 2 side containers. That'd be fine, because you're not using all of the directions of cargo. But this one in the middle here, I am pretty sure... Oh, there's a convenient hole in the floor. Forgot about that. Yeah, this one uses the top conveyor port as well. So the bottom one doesn't matter, but the lack of that top conveyor port means that this just wouldn't work. Now I am going to swap them out for the 2 side ones, just because. Because I actually think that looks a lot cleaner. But yeah, just wouldn't work there. Not without having to completely rework the entire conveyor system. And this is a tiny ship. There is no room to rework that conveyor. It is literally half a block thicker than the interior. So, yeah. I think these were just, yeah, these are just decorative on this bit. Just to tie the design in together. On here, they're actually hiding the fact that that's where the batteries are stored. And it's just, you know, just because the level of detail settings on these catwalks, from here, that's really obvious that those are just catwalk blocks. If you come in here, hey look, it's another armour panel. It meshes so much nicer with the design of the ship. Clearly not the block I wanted. Again, these ones on the bottom here are hiding the fact that we've got our faster than light jump drive and our main ion engine. tucked away underneath the hull here. In fact, oh, I bet there's a collision box there. Oh, there isn't a collision box there. Hello. Okay, I like. We can now get a little bit fancy with the old thrusters on this. That's kind of cool. In fact, you could even go as far. Ah, you can't get one in there and the slope. That's unfortunate. Could do. Have they got the opposite? Yes, they have got the opposite. Through again. Oh, that's okay, because I need that one anyway. Oh dear, I really need to remember to use the G menu more often, because this is a lot less painful than that. Right. Give us a reverse version of that? I bet they don't. So you could really enclose that when you couldn't previously. That's kind of cool. I like that. Probably prefer those on the other side of the block though. Or just double them up. That's a nice way of getting texture, just double the blocks up. Okay, that's all the external panels swapped out at least. Let's go back to our landing gear debate. So the thing with this is when you land, your cargo bay is just completely flush with the floor at the minute. So let's just fill in the holes where we look at this mess that we used to have just because of landing gear. Even blend that in properly now. Look at that. It's like it's actually meant to be on part of the ship. And we can either go with the possibly after the stream, Doverkin? Yeah, I'll look at it after the stream. But yeah, yeah, so we can either go for just completely flush with the floor and just accept the fact that you don't use this hatch when you're on the ground. Or add some landing skids almost. In fact, let's have a go at the landing skid idea using those new beam blocks. I think if we start a beam, and I'm actually going to turn the symmetry mode back on for this. If we start a beam there, where's the other bit of the 2x1 slope? There it is. We have a beam coming out the bottom here, like that. We could have it run along there. How would we link this back into the ship? That's the next question. The problem we've got is these are all half blocks back here. Don't really have a snap point that we can play with. I don't think we've got an easy way of turning around a corner with these. No, we've got slopes, we've got rounds. Just trying to think of how we could turn that way. Isn't really a way of doing it. We want to go that direction. Not that direction, that direction. That'd be easy. I suppose... Oh, no, we definitely can't do it under there. That appears to be mildly atmospherically important. Okay. Cut that back a bit. Having said that, I've just realised another flaw in my plan, because my plan was going to be to attach these to the top of this. They're all half blocks, so we're going to need to go up to a full block anyway for this to work. I mean, I suppose have some landing feet like that, and then maybe a single central one. Have it coming back. Can I get... Oh. That's gonna want to be a tip. Oh no, it's not. It's gonna want to be a base. If we keep the same pattern, that would be a base there. Yeah, and then it's just tips on either side of it. Landing gear on there. That was a little bit more stylish than the giant clunky things that were sticking out the bottom of it originally. And it'll give you enough room to walk underneath here at least and get into the hangar that way. And what we could also now do with the hangar I'm just going to vent the whole thing at this rate. Right, yeah, what we could also do with the hangar, I think, we could actually hang one of these off the middle of the hangar roof, so you can stick something to the inside of it, should you decide you want to. Right, let's try and make this atmospheric sealed. Now, unfortunately, we've got to use these window walls for this bit, because they are the only block in this game that will seal on two sides at the same moment. But, oh, apparently I left one of those behind. If I'm remembering correctly how to break the physics engine on this game, are we now pressurised, or are you still unhappy with me, Space Engine? You're still unhappy with me, okay. Yeah, so there is still air leak in here somewhere. I mean, that shouldn't surprise me. I know I've sealed one of these before. I shall have to try and remember how I did it. Have another go. But it does look a bit nicer with those panels on. I still don't like the windows though. I would much rather we had an armour block that did that. Apparently that was attached to that window. Oh, snap points. You will be the death. Well, you will be the death of me multiple times in this game because it's already happened. Ooh. I mean, that won't atmospherically seal, but it will look kind of cool. It's eating up a lot of space in this hold, though. And in case you're wondering, yes, this is literally how I design stuff in this game. I just start playing with a block palette and see where I end up. See, this is where we get that problem. I wonder if cover walls work up there. Oh, that's where the cylindrical column went. Hey Doverkin, we found another block that we both forgot. I say we both because I'm sure I said at the start of the stream I was relying on you to remind me of the stuff that I forgot. That's the cover wall, not the fire cover wall. Yeah, it has a certain style to it. Just that little nice bit of edge detailing. And then big maglock in the middle of your hangar bay. In fact, we could even go so far to put inspection windows up. And then, well, it wasn't quite the block I wanted to delete. a block? Oh, I know what that would have been. That would have been one of these. There we go. Right. It was a very poor joke, Davakin, don't worry. Right then, what I was thinking is we could now replace those with the light one, so we get the benefit of the light and it also seals off the jump drive. So it looks a bit nicer. Okay, next one, Keen. Low profile gravity pad, so we can just stick it in the roof there and it's done and out the way. Yeah. As updates go, not a bad one. That texture's not happy. Go away. Evil thing. Right, now I have to be careful because I know that isn't actually symmetrical on this ship. Yeah, passageway 2 seems to be a little bit broken. Interesting. And if I put... No, let's put the T-junction there. Then you've still got access that way. Just to hide it... No, I'm going to leave it here. I was going to put the cross section in here. I still want access to that O2H2 generator feeding ice. Otherwise there's absolutely no cargo access in the whole of this crew area. So that's really important for practical design. Having said that, I suppose we don't need that light anymore because we've got the corridor light. So we... Oh, God, yeah, that texture is not happy. We could get the cross in there. Yeah, it's a little bit of extra detail, I suppose. Doesn't look too bad. Right. One thing I will say on this ship, though, it's not exactly a sports vehicle. This is very slow and plod, I think is the mantra when you're flying one of these. Ooh, I have just realised something we can take advantage of though with that new landing gear arrangement. Vent. We should now be able to get a connector on the bottom so you can actually dock this thing. Yeah, I think this is definitely suffering from... We started designing this game in 2012, I think it was they first launched Space Engineers. It's definitely suffering a little bit from that. But, that being said... I mean, considering it is a game that's that old, I can't think of many that are still going this strong. Kind of cool, and are still this playable. But yeah, there are some things they need to upgrade. I will never ever defend them needlessly, but all things being said, I mean I've played similar games, right? Ark Survival Evolved, Released almost the same time. Nowhere near as interactive a development team with the community. I mean, they do their extra live stream, and I will not begrudge them the fact that they actually do a really good job with their charity work with the Wildcard guys. Full credit where it's due on that one, but that looks better. But yeah, it doesn't quite work as well as the weekly streams that we get with Keen. You know, love them or hate them, at least they talk to their entire community once a week. And, well, case in point, I raised an issue to them of Xbox servers cannot have mods, please fix. And you know what? They actually went and bullied the server hosting company to give us mod support. I will fully admit, I was not expecting that as the outcome of me harassing a game developer. Yeah, I kind of like that little undercut. This ship is all strange angles, it really is. If you ever want an Exhibit A for we're missing some armour shapes, this hull will do that for you. Because, yeah, there's some odd ones on this. Some really odd ones. Theory, we should now be able to land this somewhere. Uah! If I can actually get through the door. How am I getting lag in a single player offline world? Come on, little Xbox, you can withstand this for another 8 minutes or whatever it is until 10 minutes. You can hold it together. I don't know about you, but I think this ship is a little bit bigger than this landing pad was intended to use, somewhat. I'm actually going to do something before I forget, because I always hate auto lock. I want to decide when my landing gear lock, thank you very much, not you. Ha! Houston, we have a problem. I believe our connector there is half a block too high. Yes, we are exactly half a block too high for the connector to actually connect. Upgrading a game engine is not an easy thing. It'll be if Keen are going to do it, they would need to change game engine, and at that point they are releasing Space Engineers 2. Unreal Engine 4, which is what this is loosely based on. I believe V-Rage is a version of Unreal 4 anyway. Is their own in-house engine. And it's their own in-house engine from a very long time ago. So, yeah, there's only so much you can do before you've just got to rip it all down and start again when it comes to coding. I mean, it's almost the right size for the pad. I'm not saying that isn't something they need to consider, but yeah, it is it's not as easy as some people would first suspect. Because I do see that a lot, people going, oh, they need to, you know, upgrade their engine, upgrade the engine. It's not an easy thing to do. It really isn't. Okay, well that idea doesn't work. Bye! And there isn't actually a... Right, okay, another block we're missing. We're missing a conveyor spacer. I have no idea how that would work. Yeah, that's actually a problem with these new landing gears. I don't think you can get a conveyor close enough to the floor anymore with these. Because that's a full block at the same height as that full block. I don't actually know how you would get that conveyor. Is this something that I can faff with stupid flying? Is it possible to get a connector close enough? Oh, it is possible to get a connector close enough. Okay. That's good. I'm glad of that. That has actually been thought through enough. That has got to be literally on the edge of that magnetic coupler working. Does look kind of cool though. It does look kind of cool. Yeah, and the nice armour banding that you can get with those girders. All in all, I'm going to give this update a solid B, maybe? Yeah, probably a B. It's a good update. It's definitely definitely better than what they pumped out with Warfare 1. I'm not going to lie. The only thing I actually enjoyed from Warfare 1 were the new passageway blocks. The guns are I mean, they're better than what we had, but that's not a high bar for them to have jumped, really. But yeah, it's a definitely more interesting update. I mean, if we pop back over to the that's how they did that. 2 of those with a connector in the middle. Cool. That's actually a really nice way of using them. Yeah, if we pop back into here, excuse me, Sapper, that is the standout block of this update. That and the assembler. Those are 1000% the standout blocks for this update. That just shows how much detail they've given you a nice on-off for the refining. That just shows you how much detail they can pack into one of these blocks if they need to. I mean, even something as simple as that button panel is a massive improvement over the original button panel. I mean, the original panel, I mean, that is, I mean, that's 1 button less, but 100 times nicer to use. I'm in beta at the minute, Doverkin. Beta is completely in line with the main game. In fact, it's got a couple of features that the main game doesn't. I had to load into beta because the main game wasn't actually updated when I started the stream. The only thing that I don't think you can do on beta is you can't join a server, because you've got different rules on beta. Like at the minute, you'll notice I've got unlimited PCU on an offline world. That's not a thing you're normally allowed. That is a beta perk. It's also a great way of crashing your Xbox. Don't load a 700k PCU grid. It doesn't like it. Found out the hard way. Oh yeah, I forgot. Their new signs. Ooh! Now when they said that there was a spoiler for the new Warfare update, do we think that giant gun-looking thing in the background might be it? Because that does awfully look like a really big cannon. And they did say there'd be new types of weapon in the next update when they were on the stream. We'll have to wait and see on that one, I suppose. Oh, that's the airlock. Anyway. Oh dear. I am going to call it there for the evening. It has been a lot of fun. We've got a lot of new toys to play with. I'm going to enjoy confusing Tom with the new blocks, because he won't have bothered to find out what they are. So that's going to make Survival Sunday a bit interesting. Yeah, we'll just do a quick save on that, just in case. Oh yeah, I need to go and sort the North Wind out. Anyway, I'm going to call it there, because it's about time to finish the stream. And I'm also suffering a little bit with ankle pain at the moment. So, thank you all for coming along. Hopefully by Sunday I might actually have my Discord up and running. Oh, actually, Dovahkiin, can you do me a favour and test a chat command for me if you're still around? Yeah, you should have some fun with the modding. Could you do me an exclamation mark YouTube in the chat, someone? I know it works for me in a mod, but I want to see if it works for everyone else. Let's see if old Nightbot's still awake. Thank you. Ah, the stream delay. Well, would you look at that? It works. Thank you very much, Dovahkiin. So yeah, that should, in theory, take you to the YouTube channel where I've been putting the archive for the Survival Sunday series. That just comes down here. Fun. I am setting up a similar one for my Discord, which I'm hoping to have live by this week's Survival Sunday. I will, of course, be circulating invites to the usual suspects. And I am also hoping to have set up a exclamation mark friends for a couple of the Discord communities that I'm in, but I need to check with the people that run those communities if they're happy for me to list their Discords on the channel. So that's going to take a little bit more setting up. But yeah, so slowly getting this channel a little bit more organised. But anyway, thank you all for joining me. I hope you've had a fantastic evening. I will be back with Survival Sunday, surprisingly enough, on Sunday evening. 1:30. No worry. What I was saying, Karaza, is I'm hoping to set up a couple of chat commands with Nightbot. Dovahkiin was very nice enough to test my exclamation mark YouTube one, which takes you to my YouTube channel, and that seems to have worked. But what I'm planning on doing is setting one up for a bunch of the Discord communities I'm in. So yourself, Dovahkiin, Panzer's got one as well, Artemis, and getting a exclamation mark friends in the chat, and having everyone's links pop up if people need them. But I will DM you all separately, and we'll figure out whether you want to do it or not, and if you're happy, blah blah blah, all that, all the usual politeness stuff. Because yeah, content creators helping content creators, it's the best way to make things work. So, but anyway, I am going to wrap it up here because it's 10 o'clock at night and I've got a 6 o'clock start in the morning. So thank you all for popping along. I will see you at Sci-Fi Friends, yeah, definitely. I will see you all again 8:30 British time Sunday evening for Survival Sunday. We'll see if me and Tom can actually successfully manage to build a single vehicle. So far I'm very good at breaking them, and we really need to get a proper miner up and running. Also, anyone that comes up with a good idea for the gigantic hole in the ground that we accidentally excavated by blowing our mining rig up last Sunday, let me know. Cool, cheers Dovahkiin. That's 2 out of the 3, well 2 out of the 4 I was going to ask, so that cuts down on my direct messages. But yeah, yeah, so anyone that comes up with a fun idea for a couple of metre across perfect sphere that we've dug 200 metres underground, bring it to the chat on Sunday. It is basically an underground cave. Our drill exploded and excavated a perfect sphere about 10 metres across. But it's 200 metres down straight below our base. So, yeah. At the minute, I'm just considering capping off the tunnel that leads to it and pretending it never happened. But I believe Tom wants to use it for something. So, if anyone can come up with something more constructive than his idea of a missile tube, bring that idea along to Sunday's stream and we'll see if we can direct him down a more sane path than trying to launch a missile through the middle of our refinery. Anyway, hope you've had fun. It was nice to chat to you all, and stay safe in the crazy world that we're in at the minute, and yeah, see you Sunday. Bye!